Welcome to your Platform Q learning experience. This video tutorial will show you how to create new fields and group field values with the Business Object Builder application. There are a couple of learning objectives that we want to achieve. The learning objectives are: understand what the Business Object Builder can do, learn how to use the operation new field by adding a name and data type, and learn how to group fields and aggregate the field values by using the operation group. If a user on Platform Q wants to enrich data or change data structures, it is necessary to use the Business Object Builder application. With the Business Object Builder, you can join Q objects with each other, or you can merge them. The Q objects can contain data from different source systems. Furthermore, you can also create a delta between two Q objects and remap field values of two different Q objects. It is also possible to create complex conditions with a filter. This learning video will focus to demonstrate how to create new fields and how to group them. All operations within the Business Object Builder application can be carried out via a graphical user interface, which means that no coding is required from the user. The first operation that we want to focus on is add field. With add field, you can enrich a Q object with a new column. This column requires a name, and you need to determine the data type of this field, which can be, for example, a string or an integer. However, afterwards, you need to determine what the content of the field will be. The content of the field can contain multiple pieces. For example, the prefix can be a fixed value, and then you will add an already existing field value with material number. There are no limitations in creating a new field. Let's jump into Platform Q to see how you can create a new field. Click on the Business Object Builder tile. Then click on Create New Q Object. We are going to select the data source Mara. Mara is a SAP table that contains general material data. We want to create a new field that has the data type string and consists of two components. We need to click on Operations. You can find the Operations button above in the Business Object Builder workboard. Now you can click on the plus button next to the name of the Q object, Mara. Via the plus button, you can add one or more operations that will be carried out on the Q object Mara. We need to search for cell modifier, and then we click on Add Field. Now we can add a name for the new field. We call it material number new. Then we determine the data type, in our case, a string. The last step is to determine the prefix. This will be a fixed value called mat, an abbreviation for material. The prefix mat is a fixed value. The second component is the material number. You can also add a description to any operation that you set up with the Business Object Builder. We add a name to this step that says that we have created a new material number. We confirm our configuration with the green check mark. Then we can add a name to the Q object. We name the Q object Mara enriched with new column. We click on Save and then on the Execute button to see the new result set. At the end of the new result set, you can see a new column that is called material number new with our concatenated fields. Let's have a look at the second operation this learning video wants to introduce to you, the operation group. With group, you can group field values from a column. Furthermore, you can decide whether you want to aggregate field values of the grouped column or values of another column. There are several options how you can aggregate a field. You can either generate a sum of all values, the average value, the max value within the field, or the minimum value. Furthermore, you can also count values, or you can use count distinct. Count distinct eliminates the repetitive appearance of the same data. Time to see how we can group values on Platform Q. In our example, we want to group the field customer ID to see how many customers have ordered products from us. We click on the Business Object Builder tile. Then we click on Create New Q Object. We are going to select the Q object Orders. The next step is to go to the Operations area. In Operations, you can click on the plus button next to the name of the Q object. Click on the plus button. Instead of selecting cell modifiers, as we did before with the operation Add Field, we are going to select Group. With Group, we are going to select the field Customer ID. We confirm our selection with the green check mark. The name of the Q object can be, for instance, Orders grouped by Customer ID. Then we click on Save and Execute. The next thing we see is a list where all customer IDs are grouped. We can see that in total we have 94 customers available in this list. You learned how to create new fields and how to group them. But how can you combine both operations with each other? The following example shall give you an idea how to do it. We are going to use this filtered Q object with order data. Again, we are in the Business Object Builder application, and the Q object can be found on the Business Object Builder workboard. We want a new column that displays to us the number of goods that were not returned to us. The Q object is filtered so that only the value no is displayed within the field return order. We are going to create a new field with the name goods not returned. We are selecting the data type integer because we want the number to be displayed. Then we add a fixed value, number 1. This will be the foundation of our new key performance indicator. The next step is to group the field return order. We are going to click on the plus button next to the first cell modifier. We click on Group and then select the field return order. Then we want to aggregate values. We want to aggregate the column goods not returned. As the aggregate function, we are going to use sum. We confirm our configuration again with the green check mark. We add a name to the Q object and click on Save and then on Execute. A new result set will be created and we can see only one data row. But at the end of the result set is our new created column, and it displays that 5,115 customers decided not to return their order. Let's summarize what we have learned so far. The Business Object Builder allows you to alter data structures. With Add Field, you can create new columns, determine the name, data type, and the content with either field values or fixed values. With the operation Group, you can group field values and aggregate them. Thank you very much for your attention. We hope that you have enjoyed this learning experience with Platform Q.